I hope you are well. The shadows start to move as the golden dust begins to fall over the fields that have been burnt by the sun in the American South. No, not cattle or deer, but something much more damaging than any of those. There are wild boars. Unskilled? Have no faith in this. The intelligence of these monsters is ferocious, and they are quick and crafty. It is not only difficult to capture them, but it is also a large-scale operation. Now, how do Americans manage to pull it off? Let's take a visit to the uncharted territory of wild boar trapping, shall we? The presence of wild boars is not even permitted in this area. They were brought there for the first time by European explorers in the 1500s. However, over the course of several centuries, a significant number of pigs managed to escape into the wild, flourished, adapted, and eventually evolved into a breed that is today known as feral hogs. Not only that, but they spread like wildfire. The population has skyrocketed to more than 8.30 million throughout 39 states in the United States by the year 2023. An invasion that began with a small group of pigs traveling on wooden ships eventually became one of the most catastrophic invasions in the history of North America. There is an excellent reason why they were included in the list of the top 100 most terrible invasive species on the planet. These creatures are not simply messing around for the sake of amusement. When they are not assaulting humans, they are destroying farms, tearing up sports fields, spreading diseases to domestic pigs, and occasionally even attacking humans. Each year, they are responsible for an estimated $2.50 billion worth of damage. The majority of states in the United States currently allow anyone to capture and kill wild boars without any restrictions. The term protection extends beyond the realm of pest control. But what are the steps involved in actually capturing one of the most intelligent animals on the continent? 1. Conducting a search. In addition to low-lying places, riverbeds, creek lines, marshes, and forest margins, wild boars prefer low-lying locations. Those who are hunting for them search for 3 different signs: narrow paths that were created through dense undergrowth, hoofprints that are large and muddy next to water, digging marks that are deep and continuous, some indications of foraging. Having access is essential. In the end, you will be required to transport dozens of irate pigs, in addition to bait and traps. Select a place that is shaded, has access to water, and is close to a road or an ATV trail. At this point, it becomes quite ingenious. Trappers will apply bait to the herd in order to condition them before placing a trap. The wild pig is an omnivore. However, they particularly enjoy eating fermented maize, molasses, and scraps from vegetables. Almost everything has a powerful and sweet aroma. In the selected region, bait is dispersed on a daily basis for a period of 1 to 2 weeks. There is, however, a catch. Humans are required to keep their distance. Are there too many people present? The wild boars depart. Not a bait? In any case, they depart. What's the answer? Trail cameras are used. It is possible to perform remote monitoring and timely bait refills without being discovered by using hidden cameras that transmit real-time footage directly to a smartphone camera. After some time has passed, the boars start coming back like clockwork. And at that point, the hunt gets underway in earnest. When the boars have reached a state of comfort, it is time to attack. Exactly in the same spot where the bait was, traps are set up. How come? Due to the fact that the herd already feels secure in that location. When capturing entire herds, trappers will utilize either corral or silo traps, depending on the size of the group. Singles or pairs can be caught using box or cage traps. It is required that trap walls be higher than 5 feet. Those pigs are able to leap. Initially, the door to the trap remains exposed. Pigs come in, consume their food, and then go. The structure becomes second nature to them. When they have been feeding for 3 nights in succession, we can confirm this with cameras, a crucial indication that even the timid individuals feel secure. After that, the trigger is activated. In order to entice them to remain for a longer period of time until the door is opened, the bait trail leads deep within. The instant the trap gate slams shut, the forest erupts into chaos. A thunderous wave of sound rolls through the clearing. Grunts, squeals, the pounding of hooves against metal. Dozens of wild boars, powerful and panicked, crash into the reinforced walls of the trap. The steel panels groan under the weight of their fury, but they hold firm. This isn't a makeshift cage, it's a purpose-built fortress, anchored deep into the ground with rebar and concrete. It was designed not just to contain, but to endure. In today's world, trapping wild boars has moved far beyond simple snares and wooden enclosures. High-tech traps are now standard among professional wildlife control teams. These advanced systems are equipped with motion sensors, infrared cameras, and even satellite-linked GPS locators. Some of the most sophisticated models, with a price tag upwards of $75,000, can be triggered remotely via smartphone or laptop. From the comfort of a nearby truck or even a home office, operators watch live feeds in real time, waiting for the precise moment when the entire sounder the family group is inside. Then, with a single tap on a screen, the gate slams down, and in one perfect drop, the entire group is captured, sometimes up to 50 wild pigs at once. But what happens after the trap is sprung is where the real skill begins. The boars inside are unpredictable, highly intelligent, and incredibly dangerous when agitated. There's no time for hesitation. Within seconds, trappers move in calm, precise, and highly alert. Most experienced teams rely on well-placed precision shots to bring the animals down swiftly and humanely. The shot must be exact. The ideal target is just above the eyes, aligned toward the spine. If the angle is wrong, they aim toward the opposite eye to reach the brain cleanly and avoid unnecessary suffering. A misfire can mean chaos, injury, or even escape, and no one approaches the trap without proper protection. Gloves thick, puncture-resistant, and disposable are not optional. Wild boars are more than a physical threat. They are walking vectors of disease, carrying over 30 known infections and more than 35 parasites. Among them are leptospirosis, brucellosis, tuberculosis, and even trichinellosis, all of which can be transmitted to humans through blood, saliva, or direct contact with skin. One careless cut can lead to weeks in a hospital or worse. Some seasoned hunters, especially in remote areas, butcher the carcasses right on site. It saves time and allows for the immediate removal of meat. A skilled team can process a boar in under 30 minutes, separating the muscle from fat, discarding organs, and carefully packing meat into insulated containers. The best cuts, usually from the shoulders and hindquarters, are preserved for cooking or sale, while the rest may be used as bait or composted. Butchering in the field, however, demands speed and awareness. Other animals, including more boars, often lurk nearby, drawn by scent. Sharp knives flash under fading light. Hands move with practiced efficiency, and no one speaks unless necessary. Every move is calculated. Every mistake can cost you. Thus, the modern battle against wild boars is no longer just about brute force. It's about preparation, precision, and respect for the risks. What once seemed like a traditional rural task has evolved into a dangerous, high-tech operation, where every capture is a blend of old-school grit and modern-day strategy. However, the majority of pigs are processed at facilities such as Broken Arrow Ranch in Texas, which is a USDA-certified facility that processes between 1,500 and 1,700 wild boars annually, with the majority of them weighing between 80 and 180 pounds. Boars that are older? In most cases, skipped. Due to the presence of hormones, its meat has an overpowering odor. There is more than one trap that can finish the battle. Over the course of the past few years, authorities have collected more than 15,000 pigs from areas such as the Great Smoky Mountains. However, the population continues to increase. How come? Due to the fact that wild boars reproduce similarly to rabbits. Only 2 litters every year. There are between 4 and 12 piglets in each litter. Males can weigh up to 400 pounds at least. In addition, they are capable of reaching speeds of up to 25 miles per hour, which is faster than the majority of motorbikes. They are able to flee even when they are damaged. They are able to adjust. They acquire knowledge. There are 2 million wild boars in Texas alone, making it the hub of the crisis in the United States. One night in June 2022, 6 hogs tore through a farm in Texas, destroying 2,000 pounds of crops in just a few hours. The farm was responsible for the destruction. The devastation, however, extends beyond the crops. Agricultural fields are ruined by wild boars. native animals are unable to compete with them. Eggs, chicks, and even endangered animals like gopher tortoises are among the things that they consume. Over 100 times since the year 1825, they have attacked human beings. The United States of America is not the only country experiencing this nightmare. Instead of boars, rabbits are the most dangerous animals in Australia. In the 1800s, a British settler brought 24 wild rabbits into the country, which eventually grew to millions, the most rapid animal invasion ever studied and documented. Because there were no predators and they could breed throughout the year, rabbits were able to destroy farms and outcompete native species. Australia's response consisted of destroying warrens, spreading viruses like as myxoma and RHDV, and pouring harmful gases into burrows. However, the rabbits, much like the boars, were able to adapt. From a few wild pigs that were transported on ships in the 15th century to a few rabbits that were found in Melbourne, these are not just stories about animals. They serve as lessons to be learned. Because of a single choice or a minor introduction, entire ecosystems might undergo irreversible transformation. In addition, if you found this to be enlightening, please give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. In the next episode, we will be traveling to Brazil, where an even more peculiar conflict with invasive species is just getting started.